Alright guys, welcome back to today's episode of PA Farms. I'm sorry, I apologize for that other day, the unloading hay video. I didn't get to do any type of a summary or show you guys where we got. It was a pretty busy afternoon for me. But you can kind of see here how much hay we were able to get put away. Basically from there all the way out, I'm all the way to the end there, just about level with this year's hay crop. That is last year's hay crop, and I haven't sold it yet. It still smells really good. I did check it out the other day. Hay will keep a long time as long as it's dry and stored pretty well, and that is. I still think I'll be able to sell that eventually. So I can't say exactly how many bales are there, but there's got to be at least 1,000 there. And this year's crop, I'm not 100%. I didn't really look at the bale counter, but I know it's close to 2,000 so far or more. 20, what the heck was it? I do kind of remember looking at it, 27 something. Anyway, I just came in here. I checked a few of the bales for moisture with the little hay tester that I have. I have this one as well as one for the baler in the bale chamber. So today we are going to mow 5 more acres. I got 5 acres left, and we're going to knock it down today. It's about 90 outside, but it's low humidity, so I'll just go up another flight here and give everybody the aerial view. I did notice with any of the hay videos there's a lot of interest, so I definitely can talk about it and show what I've got going on here. So there's interest in the haymaking videos and talking about hay. And it's funny to me because I'm more interested in talking about corn, but it seems like there's a lot of interest in haymaking. So I can definitely make videos. So got a pretty nice stack. It gets a little weird out there because I had 2 piles. I had a pile in the back that I had to mesh with the pile in the front. So it's needs a little work yet, but I did all the stacking. So we should be pretty good. I do use salt. A guy had mentioned that he doesn't see people using salt anymore. I buy the Mix and Fine animal salt, and in between each layer I do spread some salt to help with the moisture. If there's any type of moisture in the hay, the salt will draw it out. With the changing weather and the humidity in here, it's just an added layer of protection, and it's cheap. I think for a 50-pound bag I paid $5. So, and a 50-pound bag lasts me pretty long time. So we got a lot of room in this barn to store more hay. You'll see all the boards that are open there. The siding I had said was falling off this barn. The landlord was here yesterday, and actually he has a guy that's coming to patch the side of the barn. So that'll be nice. That way is north, so you don't get a lot of rain or water in here on top of the hay, but at least it'll be a little bit better sealed up. We get a lot of snow in the wintertime blowing in. So, and there are a couple leaks in the roof here that are pretty significant, and the guy that had straw here before, he had some black spots in there from the straw. So what I might do is if we have a real rainy day, I might crawl up there and see exactly where it's leaking. If it's just one drip, I can put a bucket. If it's many spots that are leaking, I might throw a tarp from about there across to here just to keep it off the hay, because that's some nice stuff. That hay is about, I'm gonna say that's the nicest hay I made so far. It's just young, good quality. The horses are gonna love it, I think. This stuff was pretty good last year, though. I had a lot of hay get rained on, so there is some of that mixed in. This year, knock on wood, I haven't had any hay get rained on, so I'm very happy for that. So let me go down and we'll look at this stack one more time, and then I will get moving here. All right, so it's a little dark, but it's all right. This tester lights up, so just I wanted to bring it down and check a few. 10, so that one's really dry. 10. 13. So we're in the, I did have some that were 17, so that's 10. So it seems like 10's about the average. And you can also do the temperature with this thing. Like I said, it's 90 outside today. The hay is 77 degrees or 24 Celsius. So, all right, let me get moving. All right, so we got the hay bine hooked up. I am using the 986 to mow again because the 2 fields I'm about to go mow are, one of them is the steepest hill on the farm. So I will be wearing this for that. The other field is very rolly, and it's not so much steep, but it's a lot of just every which way. And with this tractor, I'm sitting up much higher and can see more what's going on. If I get a nasty dip in the ground, which I do have, I can lift up the hay bind. Whereas last year with the 685 mowing it, I couldn't quite see where all the dips were, and the guards were sticking into the ground some places. So it's not just a case in this field of dropping the hay bind and mowing. It's a little bit of adjusting up and down. It's a pain. That's why I save these two fields for last, steep and rolling. So I figure if I run out of time and don't get them made, I don't get them made. But we're gonna try this year. Last year I mowed the field that I'm about to start with. I mowed it July 8th. So today is July 9th. So I'm only a day behind. So it's very scrappy looking hay on top, but the stuff that came up underneath is pretty nice. So I'm just gonna have to mix it in. All the other hay I made this year was wonderful quality. This stuff's gonna be a little bit less, and I price it accordingly. So, but it's only 5 acres total. So we're gonna put it on the ground today. And I'll take you guys along a little bit, but I don't need to go in depth. I've done a lot of mowing videos if you want to check those out. So just a little update on what's going on. It's about 2 in the afternoon right now, which is a lot later than I wanted to do this, but I do have a part-time off the farm job, and I had some things to do today at that job. A lot of guys ask me what my job is. I'm not willing to talk about it just yet, someday. So let's get mowing. Let's get this done. All right, we're mowing this rough looking hay. I know, it looks bad. Give you the aerial view. This is an embankment that used to have trees on that was logged off. So now it's growing up in thistles and everything else. And it gets a little steep right here. Not as bad as I thought. So I say, this tractor, I don't mind the hills as much. And we got a trench silo right in the middle of this field, so I got to go around it as best I can. Should get filled in someday. I don't think I'd be using it. And we have a machinery shed we have to farm around. And somewhere in here there's the dirt mound to keep the water from going down into the houses. Making some straw here, that's for sure. It's kind of thin down at the bottom. There is some timothy in it. The timothy's pretty green. But the orchard grass is done. It's finished. Just didn't get to it in time. And that's the way it goes, I guess. That's how it is. Still mowing. Make it a lot faster if that wasn't there, but what are you gonna do? Alright guys, so we got this field knocked down. Took a lot longer than it should have just because there's a lot of turning around. This is about 4 acres. Still have that steep one over there, and I don't think I'm gonna have enough wagons, so I'm just gonna let it go. I did that one in September. The problem is with that one, the grass is bad. And it's bad grass, it's weedy. And if I wait, some of that nice second cut will come up through. It is kind of a mixed bag of hay in that field. I didn't put any fertilizer on it because it needs to be reseeded. So we're done here, and I'm gonna take the hay bind down and blow it off. All right guys, the mowing is done, the mower's cleaned off, put away. All I have to do is grease it when I go again. The tractor's cleaned off. I did grease everything. That's good to go for baling in about 2 days. Now I have the 685 outside running, and I want to hook up the sprayer and get the 2,4-D on the hay fields that I have cut already, including the field with the chicken manure, because the field with the chicken manure has weeds like I've never seen. It's exactly what I figured was going to happen. So I need about 30 days, I think it's 30 days from the time you put the 2,4-D on to the time that you can harvest it. Don't quote me, I have to read the label again, but I'm gonna put it on now. Last year I didn't for second cutting, and I was kicking myself the whole time because mare's tail and all kinds of weeds started. I know I keep repeating myself saying mare's tail. That's my weed. That's the worst weed on the farm here. If I didn't spray, I could harvest probably 200 bushel to the acre of mare's tail seed. So I want to get rid of that stuff. So I have to get it on now before second cutting. It is July 8th, 9th. So that gives me till August 8th or 9th, which is plenty of time. I'm not going to be making second cutting before the first week of August. So sprayer, house, water, about 300-400 gallon, and I'll let that fill up, and I'm going to mow some grass while it's filling up. All right, guys, it's late afternoon here, and I'm working on the application of the 2,4-D on the hay fields here. Like I said, I should have done it last year and didn't. This year I'm ahead of everything, thank goodness. So I just have 2 more fields after this. I can barely see my foam. I don't know what, I'm still using this crappy foam. So I'll get done here shortly.